Hello, you amazing friends. This is Edwards here and Steph Gobraiel here today. Steph, how are you today tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Ed?
Really good. I just realised I shouldn't walk up a set of stairs before starting a LinkedIn Live because now I'm all short of breath and it sounds like I've been smoking when I quit smoking over 25 years ago.
Well, there you go. There's your lesson learned today, isn't it, Ed?
Yeah, so 2 lessons. Don't walk up a set of stairs before doing a live, and no smoking out there, kiddies. Say no to drugs and no smoking. There we go.
That's right.
Is that a good community message to send to people?
Oh, great way to start a live, I reckon, Ed.
Yeah. What's the old saying? It's from the 90s, actually. Whenever you turn on a video game, like in Time Zone or whatever, I always come up with an FBI logo and it says, winners don't use drugs. I appreciate that.
Okay. I don't recall if I've seen it, but okay.
Yeah, because the reason why I'm bringing up all this random crap is because we're talking about the power of no in this live, aren't we? And we're here to say yes to no, aren't we, Steph? Is that the irony of it? We're talking about yes to no.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's something that we don't talk about enough, when just out there, social media and the rest of it. So I think it'll be a great topic, Ed.
Yeah. Now, I have no problem saying no. If someone annoys me or pisses me off, I have no problem saying no. In fact, I say no all the time. But you know what? I used to be a pushover for many years. I'd love to hear your thoughts and whole backstory on the thought of no and what it means and all that.
Well, having been in business for coming up to 5 years, Ed, I think the biggest lesson for me is, if you don't have the confidence, you're not going to say no. And that comes over time. And, you have to dictate your own terms because business is not someone else's business. It's yours. So it's really important to do what works for you and your business. But as I said, that comes with time because, it comes with time because when you first start out, you want to just say yes to everything. And then as time goes on, it's like, actually, I get to pick whether this is the right client for me as well, as an example.
I think some people are like that, though. Like, in other words, whether they're in business or not, they're just naturally the pushover type. So they have trouble saying no. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is I've had a lot of clients, probably over the past 6 to 12 months, be it in business or even in relationships, as in, like relationships. They've all gotten into trouble for not saying no. And I've been teaching people how to say no lately, which is very funny. Now, you don't have any problem saying no. I get that impression from you, Steph. You're a pretty assertive, tough Arab chick from Sydney, aren't you?
Yes, I don't have a problem with saying no. I just find a polite way of saying no.
So now we were talking before, and I got heaps of I say no to people every day. People tell me all sorts of shit every day. I get all sorts of crazy stuff thrown at me. So I say no to people on a daily basis. Mainly about stupid stuff. I want to ask you, Steph, you were mentioning you had to say no to someone recently, and it was a really weird case. Tell us all about it without mentioning this person and getting us all into lots of trouble, although that would be funny.
Yeah, so last week I had a discovery call with someone and I thought it would be a great client for me. So we had the conversation. Look, it had to be at 4:30, so my daughter was home. She was having her afternoon tea. She was unwinding from school. She was happy. Yep. She stayed on the couch, no issues. Towards the end, Ed, and I mentioned to this potential client, if we're doing it at 4:30, my daughter might jump in the call. And so towards the end, my daughter came up behind me and she started waving. And
as kids do, they want to. My daughter does. They butt in. Hello, what's going on? Hello. I get it. My kids do it too.
Exactly. And he didn't even acknowledge her.
Oh, yeah. So a little bit awkward. He's a bit of a child hater or something, is he? This is a little bit weird, isn't it?
It was, and it made it a little bit awkward for me because I thought, you know what, it doesn't hurt just to wave or just smile or something, right? You don't have to give her your 100% attention, but just acknowledge she's there. So that really put me off. Sorry?
Did this person who hates Arabic children, did they have kids?
I don't know. I didn't get the impression that they did.
because where I'm going, even before I had kids with wonderful Lassie, who's a delightful lady, I still would have acknowledged a kid. So if I was, I don't know, I just wasn't around there, but I was talking to someone and their kid rocked up, I'd be, hello, how are you?
As you do, right? It's a human thing to do, you know?
Yeah. It's like a courtesy. It's like respecting you as a...
Right?
Yeah.
Like my daughter's a sweet. She was so soft and she was like, hello. And,
hello. As
and she was
kids
there
do.
long
Hello.
enough. She was there long enough, you know, to say that, you know, you can't say he didn't see her because she was there long enough. She stayed by my
like
side.
sitting there going, hello.
Exactly. And he couldn't even just smile. Forget the wave, Ed. He couldn't just smile. So then we wrapped it up within 5 minutes and it kind of put me off. And I was like, okay, I don't think I can work with this person. And yeah, that was sort of the conclusion of it, because I just thought, do I really want someone that can't even just wave or smile at my child, you know?
Yeah. So in other words, so you said no to this person in terms of you didn't say no to their face, but you emotionally said, you know what, we're done. No, I'm not interested. That's a good feeling, actually. I think it's pretty cool what you did.
Yeah, because one of my biggest values in business, Ed, is family first. Okay. So if he didn't say hello, which was fine, but later on in our working relationship, if I had to go pick her up or if I had to take her somewhere, that's sort of like already a red flag for me. Like, is he going to have an issue with it?
He'd be the sort of guy that would say, nah, screw your daughter, Steph. You need to do X, Y, Z for me. And how dare you be so unprofessional and pick up your daughter from school, you quiet quitting, lazy vagabond. Actually, am I throwing good insults at you? I'm throwing good. Are they good insults? Actually, good insults. I called you a lazy, quiet quitting vagabond. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, Ed, like your gut feeling knows, right? And your instincts know. And my instincts just took over from that point. And I was just like, okay, I'm watching this all happen. Right? I'm not emotionally getting involved, but I'm watching it happen. And then it just didn't feel right. So I was just like, you know what? I am all about family first. And if you can't even acknowledge a small child that's, you know, on the screen, then it's not going to work out.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of people over the years where people try and take advantage of Lassie and I. So basically, like, if people come to our events for free, that's fine, because they are free events and we love it. But sometimes we get people who try and use us for free coaching, or just let's try and take advantage of us for free, or they try and pretend that they're our best friends. People name drop us a lot for cred, right? And we absolutely hate it. And I was actually talking to some guy before. I've known him for years. He's a real cheapskate, though. He'll give everyone else money, but he won't give me a cent. But he expects my full support. And I actually told him no just before this. I'm sort of like, good. You know what? No. Screw you, up yours. I've known this guy for years. He gives other people money, doesn't give me a cent, but he expects me to help him. So I kind of said to him basically, you know what? I don't think you should come to our events anymore. And it felt good, actually. I made that suggestion, right? And the thing I find about no is you don't have to outwardly say no to someone's face. To me, it's more of an energetic thing. Like, you may not even actually tell the person you've said no. I think saying no in a way is internally where you say, I'm not doing this, I'm doing my own thing. And tell me more about this one, because I mean, you've got a bit of sass, Steph, and obviously you're quite a sassy lady, Steph Gobraiel. I got the sass, and you got the riz too, right? So tell me some other no incidents. I like your no stories. They're kind of funny. I'm seeing a more darker side of you, which I enjoy.
Well, I just think it's really about, you know, listening to your instincts. And I've been in positions where, you know, people just want, you know, they want to get everything, you know, right, for free. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way, you know. So it's about boundaries, right? Yeah. It's about putting those boundaries in, and you put your foot down, Ed, which is great. And that's what people need to do. You know, if people are crossing that boundary, then it's like, well, if you want more or if you want to learn more, then you need to pay for my services. You know, nothing's for free. A lot of people do take advantage. Not a lot. There are people out there that take advantage of that sort of thing. So as you said, it doesn't have to be like a direct no. It could be just something, you know, as you said, energetically, or I don't think this is going to work, or would you excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom, or whatever it might be to shut down a conversation and just move on from it. And if they don't get the point, then you need to be quite outright and just say, look, this is how I'm seeing this. Yeah.
You need a finger wag to him and you need to tell this guy how he's a racist, he's sexist, he hates the family. You should have just started abusing him and ripping into him with all these cool insults. That would have been funny.
Well, Ed, your gut never steers you wrong.
You felt like it. You felt like doing it.
I won't lie. By the time I got off, I was like, what a waste of time. Because I knew in the heart of hearts that my answer was going to be no. You know, so I think it's really important to listen to your instincts because they don't steer you wrong. And I've had plenty of cases where I'm like, it's okay, I'll work with it. And then it ends up, finishing on a good note. So,
Remember that idiot, right? And again, I'll and obviously, I'm talking about. Remember that idiot from years ago that said to you? I thought it was funny, actually. I mean, I even told Lassie this one. This idiot that said to you was something like, "You need to grow my business, but you're not allowed to market the business, and you got to grow my business, but you can't do anything to do it." Like, what was that? What did that weirdo say to you again? So that was a good story, actually. What that dumbass say?
So it was, they wanted me to grow their business based on one area, one foundation in business. Okay. And because I did my research beforehand, I said, we can't grow it based on one foundation. It's a collection, it's a collective thing, right? And you have to be front and center of that.
Yep.
And that message did not go down well. So I was told, no, you can grow it by doing one part of it, and that's it. And I turned around and said, well, no, it's not going to work that way because I can't guarantee you that you're going to get the results you want if we just focus on one area, right? People buy from people, Ed, you know how it goes. I don't have to tell you, the thing. And, the answer was no. And because we kept going around.
Yeah, and when you told this loser to beat it, how did the narcissist take it? Was he sort of like pissed at you? Did he want to get even? Was he like, screw you, Steph Gobraiel, and I'll get you and your little dog too? Was he like that, or?
Well, you see, after 45 minutes, I realized
I'll get that Steph Gobraiel and a little dog too. It was like the Wicked Witch of the West or whatever. I don't know, East. Can't remember. Yeah, I'm talking about, right? What's that? Wizard of Oz. Was it the witch that said, "I'm going to get you and your little dog too"? I like that. Was that the witch? Was that Wizard of Oz? I like that scene. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to get you and your little dog too. I like that threat. That was pretty cool.
But I realized what was going on. So then I had to end it. I had to end the call. So I turned around and I just said, look, I'm not going to be able to help you, but there are other people that may take you on with what you want to achieve. But I can't do that because I already learned my lesson, Ed, that if people aren't willing to take guidance, then they shouldn't be working with me or any other mentor or coach in business.
Oof. Now, I love it. Now, now it's interesting, actually. We can't say too much on a live stream, but as you know, in our business, the majority of women, of our clients are women, and I talk to women every day, and a lot of them will share with me stuff about their relationships. So I'm kind of like the hairdresser without hair, so to speak. And interestingly, a lot of them tell me about interesting scenes in relationships where, let's say they're dating some loser, they tell them to beat it, but they still sort of continue that relationship with their ex and they never ever say no, right? I know a lot of women are dealing with that issue. They've got exes in their life and they're not quite saying no to them. I know this concept's totally confusing you. You give me a funny look, right? But have you seen any situations like that with your female friends? They've got that loser man in their life, but they just won't say no to them. I see that a lot,
Plenty. So I think, Ed, until you close that door and lock it, another one can't open. And that's the honest truth.
Oh, there you go. So all I want to do is, there's going to be people watching this video who are having trouble saying no. Can I get some tips from you, Steph, on if you've had trouble saying no in the past, how do you start saying no? What are some of Steph Gobraiel's top tips on that one?
So the first would be to understand what your boundaries are. I think if we can understand what your boundaries are, then we can sort of measure it as to how far we would let people go. And then once you have that boundary, and someone's going to step over it, what are the sort of things you're going to say to them, or what are you going to do in order to sort of make sure that they move back behind that line?
Yeah.
And I think until you play it out in your head, I think it can catch anyone off guard.
Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. So are we saying yes to no, Steph?
Yes, we are, Ed.
Oh, yes to no. Now I'm going to say, I love your vibe, Steph. That's the spirit. Now, just want to say before we finish, by the way, if you are watching, like, share, comment. We don't share on LinkedIn anymore. We now repost. There's no more sharing on LinkedIn. It's reposting. But like, repost, comment. Hopefully this is coming through on Facebook. I've had lots of Facebook issues lately. Shame on you, Mark Zuckerberg. And that's why I love LinkedIn more. Steph, do you want to hear? Tell us a little bit about you. Give us some closing thoughts, and we'll finish up on that till next time.
Sure. So I'm a business mentor, and even though I'm an online business manager, and I help clients build their business by working on their business. Essentially, what we're doing for our business might not come to fruition today or tomorrow, but it's building that pipeline. So that's what I do in a nutshell. And on the 3rd of April, I have a meetup in Ryde/Macquarie Park at Eden Gardens. So that's on Meetup. I will post the link in the comments if there are any business people that want to network and, you know, just really come and connect with other like-minded business owners and have some lunch together. I'd love to see you there.
Oh my God, sounds good, Steph. I'll be there. Looking forward to it. And if you are watching, thank you for watching. Like, share, comment. Appreciate you. Steph, thank you so much.
Thanks, Ed. Have a great day.
Hey.
See you soon.
Love you. Stay awesome, everyone. Bye.